Good evening, my name is Ajarn John and today I am talking with Ampon about soap operas. Listen to Ampon talking first in Thai, then I am going to make my comments in English. Ampon will talk for about 3 minutes.
ในทศวรรษหลังละครไทยหรือThai soap operas ถูกโจมตีอย่างมากว่ามีเนื้อหาที่โบราณไม่ทันสมัยสะท้อนความรุนแรงการตบตีที่เกินจริงไม่เคยเปลี่ยนไปในทางที่ดีละครไทยส่วนมากไม่ซับซ้อนไม่ต้องใช้สมองในการดูวนเวียนอยู่แต่เรื่องความรักโลภโกรธหลงการแย่งชิงสมบัติตัวละครมักจะแสดงอารมณ์รุนแรงเกินความเป็นจริงอย่างไม่มีเหตุผลพระเอกและนางเอกมักจะเข้าใจผิดกันอย่างง่ายดายด้วยเรื่องไร้สาระไม่มีความไว้ใจซึ่งกันและกันบางคนบอกว่าดูละครเพื่อความบันเทิงก็พอไม่ต้องคิดมากแต่หลายคนบอกว่าดูละครไทยยิ่งทำให้เครียดบางทีผู้สร้างละครยังคงอธิบายหรือเรียกอีกอย่างว่าแก้ตัวว่าละครเป็นสิ่งสะท้อนสังคมมันมีอยู่จริงในสังคมไทยก็จริงอยู่ที่ประเทศไทยยังเต็มไปด้วยความรุนแรงในครอบครัวอาชญากรรมความรุนแรงต่อเด็กและผู้หญิงแต่คำถามสำคัญคือละครมีหน้าที่สะท้อนสังคมเพียงอย่างเดียวเท่านั้นหรือละครสะท้อนชีวิตของผู้คนในสังคมไทยได้อย่างละเอียดถูกต้องครบถ้วนหรือยังและละครไทยควรกระตุ้นสมองการใช้เหตุผลและจริยธรรมด้วยเนื้อหาที่ดีและหลากหลายกว่านี้หรือไม่
Let me begin by summarizing some of the points which Ampon has made. First of all, she says that soap operas have some very typical plots and scenes. For example, they have many stories about love, romantic love that is, anger and revenge, and people stealing assets from each other. The stories are simple and don't demand much intellectual effort to understand. The behavior is often exaggerated, especially in regard to arguments, anger, violence. The characters, especially the hero and heroine, often have great difficulty understanding each other over quite silly issues and don't trust each other. People have different attitudes towards soap operas. Some think they are just entertainment and shouldn't be criticized too seriously. Others say they can affect people's feelings and behavior in society, perhaps resulting in greater levels of stress. Ampon does say that some truth is reflected in the soap operas in regard, for example, to violence in families, especially against women and children, and there are also cases of murder. I think Ampon also raises the question of whether soap operas truly reflect behaviour in Thai society, and should they set an example for correct moral behaviour and encourage people to behave better. I find it strange that soap operas seem to be popular in every country. All the countries I have lived in have had their soap operas on TV every day with a very enthusiastic audience. The plots are always simple and often seem silly to many people. So what can we conclude from this popularity? Is it that a great many people do not want intellectually demanding entertainment? Or is it that they like the stories involving romance or families or business partners? I can honestly say I really don't know, because I have never been a fan of soap operas. I remember when I was a boy living in England, there were 2 or 3 extremely popular soap operas. One was called Coronation Street, and this was really popular with the older generation. I think it showed on British TV maybe 3 or 4 times per week, and the whole story was set around one street in a small town and the relationship between the people living in that street. There was very little violence, but in other ways it may have been quite similar to Thai soap operas. I think that soap opera ran on British TV for many years, maybe as many as 20 years. Yet I don't think I ever watched an episode. I only caught bits of episodes when I was forced to watch the TV because my parents would not allow us to watch anything else, and as we only had one TV, there was no other option. I think nowadays with the internet, the question of trying to control the media in the form of movies and TV series has grown extremely weak. In the past, people talked about having a moral code for entertainment, and in the early days of Hollywood, they had quite a strict moral code which was used in the production of movies. But I think nowadays that has all but disappeared, because the internet has made so much available with very little controls by government or by anybody else. So it seems like a pointless exercise trying to control what goes into movies or TV series. Personally, I support liberalism. I think for adults we should be able to see whatever we want within the boundaries of the law, although I appreciate that with regard to children we need to be more careful, and I strongly advocate parental controls with regard both to the internet and TV. However, like many mature adults, I feel that I should be the one to choose what I can see and hear, not somebody else. I have heard criticisms of Facebook recently for being a bit of a big brother and trying to control the content of Facebook. I have also heard that they may be doing this to appease the parents who are worried about what their children are doing up in their bedrooms on the internet. Well, I think we can now say that with the internet, the cat is amongst the pigeons. The cat is amongst the pigeons, and who knows the direction the future will take.